This shiur is dedicated in the memory of Rachel Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. It should be a true aliyah for her neshama. What we're going to be talking about today in Chinuch is educating our children towards the value of emunas chachamim. So, just by way of preface, I have to share with you a terrible, terrible thing that happened. I'm disguising it a little bit because the people are real people, but not that much. I discovered that a teacher in a frum school, a school that I would be very pleased to say my children were given admission to, confided in me she was having a crisis within herself. She's teaching children again in, I don't want to say the name of the school obviously, but in a school that certainly is on par with the best possible chinuch that anybody seeks for their children. She breaks Shabbos. She breaks Shabbos intentionally. So I said to her, what she said, I said, what are you talking about? So she said, she turns on her iPod. I said, what are you doing? So she said, look, I believe in Hashem, I believe in the Torah. But you know, turning an iPod just makes Shabbos more pleasant, and it's like not work. And you know, so the rabbis say a lot of things. You know? The rabbis say a lot of things. Look at what goes on today. Rabbi this and Rabbi that. And Rabbi this said something so strong against this issue. And then he himself turned out to be a person who's of dubious moral character. And Rabbi that was caught with what? And Rabbi the other. Okay. And she pulled out every Chilul Hashem story for, I'd say, good 20 years. So this isn't somebody who missed out lesson 4 in Arachim, or fell asleep at a crucial point in the discovery seminar. This is someone who could have been teaching your child. So the reason why I'm telling you this terrible story is that emunas chachamim has eroded enormously amongst adults. Adults speak, have their opinions about the Gedolei Torah, this one that, and that one the other, and he was too this and the other was too that, and children absorb it. So it's unrealistic for a generation of people who speak Lashon Hara and hear Lashon Hara to expect that their children will have pure emunas chachamim. I just felt that had to be said by way of introduction. Now I want to tell you a Gemara. The Gemara says that there was a woman during the time of the Roman persecutions and the subsequent destruction who would accuse the altar and say, "Altar, you're like a wolf; you consume things, and don't answer, and don't give any. What do you give back?" And she was singled out. The Gemara is telling us that her parents were singled out for particular tsar during this terrible period. So the idea is that nobody will say this unless there was something in the home environment that was wrong to begin with. So before even talking about how to inculcate our children with emunas chachamim, we have to first inculcate ourselves in emunas chachamim and be able to define it. Emunas chachamim is not the same thing as thinking the rabbis never make mistakes. They're human. Emunas chachamim means that they have the ability through their Torah, through their characters, to see truth through a much, much higher lens than we can. So that level of truth is something that we who live very ordinary, often not such honest lives in the deepest sense of the word honest, could barely grasp. So what honesty means is seeing the whole picture. It means rising above subjectivity. So a person who not only speaks the truth, even we could speak the truth, but who thinks the truth, and whose mind is trained to think truth, and who acts on the truth that their mind tells them, That person, Orchot Tzadikim says, even their dreams will be true. Because the dreams, of course, reflect their subconscious will. And the subconscious will is to know what Hashem wants. Okay, Hashem revealed himself using the name Ekia, I am. Rashi tells us, as he told them, I'm with you now and I'll be with you in future tzeres. Meaning consistency. The name Ekia equals 21 in Gematria and appears 21 times in Torah, equaling the same Gematria as the word truth. So the idea is the truth is seeing Hashem in all circumstances. The Chachmei HaTorah spend their lives developing that trait. And this is why we trust them. We trust them not only because they're smarter than we are, which they also are,